I'm Damon the Midlife Man, and guess what, everybody? I'm going to Thailand. Yes! 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 I'm going to Thailand. I'm going to Thailand. Why am I so happy to be going to Thailand? Before I tell you why I am so excited to go to Thailand, if you like this video, please click the like button right down here. And if you want more videos, please click subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll be notified when these videos come out. Obviously, I've been planning this trip for a little while, and I've known that I was going. Why am I so excited? It's Sunday right now, and I'll be leaving on Thursday. Finally, I'm getting to do a lot more traveling. I went through a period of time where I didn't hardly do any traveling. And just recently, I've been able to go to Australia. I went to Tokyo earlier this year, and then I booked this trip to Thailand. And I plan to go to other countries while I'm in Southeast Asia, like Cambodia and Singapore. That's exciting enough to be excited about. But I'm even more excited because some things happened, some unforeseen things happened in one of my businesses, which required me to put more time and a lot more effort into that business when I had been able to pretty much step away from it for the most part. Something happened, I had to go back in, working a lot and trying to hire people, trying to get things back on autopilot again, and that's just not happening fast enough. However, I just barely managed to set things up to where I can go. And I really thought up until about a week ago that I was going to have to cancel this trip. Thankfully, I don't, and I get to go. I love travel. I think travel, I love learning. And to me, travel is one of the best ways to learn. I don't do package trips. I don't do cruises. I'm not saying I would never do that, but I don't really get what I get out of traveling if I do something that's sort of prepackaged, or this idea that you're trying to take your usual environment with you and all the comforts with you while you travel. Now, I like to be comfortable when I travel, but I like to put myself in a different place and situation where I get uncomfortable. You get uncomfortable typically when you're about to learn something, because if you're really confident in something, you're really comfortable in a certain area, that's usually because you know the territory, you're very familiar with it. For me, I like to travel because I like to visit other cultures, learn about other cultures, meet people from different parts of the world, see how different things are in different parts of the world, and I always feel a little bit uncomfortable. You're supposed to, though. That's the idea. I don't want to go and take my American environment with me and all of my comforts with me, because then, why do that at all? Why travel at all? I could just stay here and do that. So I've heard a lot of people say, since they heard I was going, is that this is like the ultimate midlife man trip because of the women. And the women tend to, from what I've heard, I've never been before, tend to like white American men. Now, I'm certainly not oblivious to that fact that that's something that's very common there, and that's why a lot of guys go there. It's not the reason I'm going there, but it might there might be some secondary gain there, I must admit. I won't pretend to be a choir boy. I am not, nor am I a saint, and nor do I aspire to be. I bought a bag to bring my camera equipment in because, of course, I'll be vlogging along the way, and I'm really looking forward to that part of it too, making videos in Thailand and whatever other country I go to. I'm also going to have friends with me, friends who I really like and who, well, at least one of them I've traveled with before and really enjoy her company traveling. She's a good traveler. I was actually out at a store buying something, getting ready for the trip, and somebody at the store stopped and started helping me and asking me questions, and we got into talking a bit. And it turned out he also did something similar to what I do. He was into video and video recording and creating videos. So I asked him, I said, well, do you have a channel? Do you have an outlet, or at least a platform that you put your videos on? Because I was interested in seeing what he produces. I'm always interested in Santa Cruz to meet other people who are doing something similar that I'm doing, because there aren't a whole lot of us. And so he said no, that he was not doing anything. And this really reminded me of VidCon, because I'd gone to VidCon, and there's a community track, which is where the people are more the spectators, the people who like to watch videos, who don't really want to create videos. And then there's the content creator track, that's where I went, and that's where you have the people like myself who have a channel and who create video. And then you have the industry level. Those are the people who are looking to hire online influencers, they call them, people who can help sell their products. And in the community track, being on the level where people like myself, they're supposed to make video, most of the people I met didn't even have a channel and didn't even make video. They were sort of waiting to figure it all out. And that's what I encounter so much in other people, not necessarily just about video, but about life in general. And I know this very well because I've been in that place, and even in certain areas of my life, I still feel like I'm sort of waiting for something to happen. And that's not really living. And I think a lot of us do that up until the point we get to midlife. So I started telling this guy about my channel, about the premise of this, that it's basically exploring midlife from a male perspective and the challenges that come about, and this idea of really getting it done, because you start to realize in midlife that your time is limited, and now is the time. What are you waiting for? And as I was talking about this, he said, wow, that sounds really interesting. I'm 36. And in a sense, what I got was, he was telling me, I'm 36, so I'm close. I'm 39, and you're in midlife at the age of 39. And at the same time, I think he was trying to let me know that he wasn't there yet, that he wasn't me, that he wasn't midlife. But he was interested in what I was saying because he's going to be there soon. And after he had told me everything about all the video he was creating, but he wasn't putting any of it out there, I started to get a picture of who this guy is. And mainly because I've been there. I know what that's like. And it's this idea that he's waiting around for something. He's not putting his videos out there. Now, I am making this up. I didn't ask him all these questions, but the picture seemed pretty clear to me. I could be absolutely wrong. But what I started to get from him was that he's kind of afraid to do it. He's working at a store. He's probably not making that much money. It's not a place where you can really have a career. Not the job that he had is not really a career. And he's 36 years old, so he doesn't have like a real career. He has a job. And he's doing this thing on the side, video, which I think is great. I think everybody should have a passion. I don't think working this job was his passion. I think he's not putting video out there because he's afraid to fail, or he's afraid of the feedback. He's afraid of someone telling him, you know, you're no good at this. And then his dreams would be completely crushed. So he would rather wait. He'd rather not do anything. He'd rather not pull the trigger, so that he can feel safe with his dream, so that he can not have his dream crushed. But in doing so, he's not creating his dream. So what's going to happen to this guy? Well, he either goes for it or he doesn't, right? He has a choice. He either starts putting it out there and he starts pursuing this thing, he turns it into a business, and he tries to make a career out of it, and maybe he does. What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't ever put himself out there? What if he never pursues completely his passion? Likely what's going to happen, if he doesn't already have a girlfriend, he's probably going to get one. He's a good-looking guy. And he will get comfortable. His girlfriend will be supportive of him, which will make him feel even better. But unfortunately, it'll probably have the effect of making him feel even better about not putting himself out there. And then he might have a kid. She might get pregnant. And so he's comfortable in this relationship. He's more comfortable with not doing anything. Then his girlfriend gets pregnant. She has a baby. And now he's got this new joy in his life. And I am not knocking this at all. I have kids, and I can't imagine my life without them. They are wonderful, wonderful beings. And they've taught me so much. So I'm in no way knocking having kids. But what will likely happen is he'll have this new role, and he will feel empowered by that. He'll feel good by that. He'll embrace that role, and it will become it will sort of overshadow his dreams and his passions, and it'll give him one more excuse not to follow through with those dreams, those passions, those goals. And he will put all of his identity into being a father and then providing for his child. Maybe he'll step up his career, he'll go get another job, and it'll probably be something he really doesn't like doing, but it makes more money. And so yet again, another reason, another comfort, another reason not to go for his dream, not to go for what he really wants to do. And then probably about the age of 45, when this is all caught up to him, when this is all wearing him out and he feels like he hasn't really been living his life, that's when things get ugly and messy. And what happens is men will leave their wife, go find a younger woman because she didn't support him enough, or he'll make up whatever excuse. And in really bad cases, they'll actually abandon the kid, which creates another real problem for the kid and passes on generationally the same thing to the kid. Or maybe he goes blow a bunch of money on a sports car or something like that. Something to distract himself from the thing that he's been putting off for his entire life, his dreams, his passions, his goals. And he'll hold that dream out there as the one day thing, the one day, or maybe he'll get really bitter about it and destroy the dream on his own, in his own mind, without even actually trying to pursue it. I see this over and over. Sometimes I see it in the mirror. And I see this over and over in men. And again, there's nothing wrong with getting married or settling down with someone and having kids and doing all those things. What happens is when we die inside, when we don't pursue what we want and what our dreams and our passions and our goals are. And that doesn't mean that we even have to do that for a living. I think it's strange to actually, and we do this in this culture, especially in California, it's strange to think that your job must be your passion or your passion must be your job. No, it's okay to have a job as long as it's not soul crushing and it doesn't kill you inside. As long as it's something you're okay with doing and it allows you the time and the freedom to pursue your dreams and passions outside of it, that's perfectly okay too. It's just when you don't go for it, it's not even achieving the thing. That has very little to do with any of this. It's the pursuit. It's the purpose. It's listening to that call, listening to your potential and taking action and executing and doing this and putting yourself out there in whatever way that is. Because pretty much anything you do, especially out of the norm or out of the ordinary, the thing that's in the back of your mind that you've just been itching to do, it's going to be scrutinized. People are going to criticize you for it. People are going to say, no, you should go do the safe thing. Stick to the safe stuff. Don't step out of line here. And unfortunately, those people are trying to protect you in a way, keep you safe, but they're also holding you down. And sometimes it just takes recognizing that who they are, that they have the best intentions for you, but that you're not going to listen to them. That you need to go and do this thing for yourself. And even if it doesn't work out, that's okay. At least you did it. And inevitably when things don't work out, once you get over the anger, the disappointment, the bitterness, there's always more. Something else, something new opens up. You learn something. You move forward. You evolve. Something good will come of it. Just had to get that off my chest. I almost said more to the guy. Put it this way, it's better to wait for people to ask you than to go and impose all this stuff on them. And again, I could have this completely wrong. His life might be completely different than what I'm projecting right now. And maybe I'm just projecting my story onto him because that was my story. Sometimes it is my story. And when I become aware of it, when it becomes conscious, I know there's something I need to do. And it's also good to surround myself with people who are willing to point these things out to me and make me realize that I'm waiting for something rather than doing and engaging. And it's hard to own up to that. It's hard to recognize that. It's hard to accept that. But when you do, motivation, action, it's automatic. You just do it because it's right in front of you. And another thing about going to Thailand, I so need this vacation. Oh, do I so need this vacation. I have been working so hard. I've been working, it wouldn't be okay to say this is the hardest I've ever worked in my life. But it's close. It's really close. Maybe it's the hardest I've ever worked in my life, but I'm much better at handling the stress and emotions and things that come up. I'm definitely much better at handling those things. But I am working hard. I am working a lot. And this vacation is just perfect for me right now. And on the vacation, I'll be working in a sense, but I'll be doing work that I really enjoy, which will be making these videos and making videos for my other channel and just getting out of my environment, getting out of the usual, getting out of the routine. I just need that so much right now. And that's why I'm so excited. As always, if you like this video, please click like right down here and reach over just a little to the side there and click the subscribe button if you want more videos, and then click that bell too so that you'll be notified when more videos come out. Remember to get your hands on the free MidLife Manifesto written for you, and that could be you at any age, and that could be you at any gender. It just so happens that it's written in my perspective, and my perspective being a man in midlife, but anyone can benefit from it. Also, remember to check out my other channel, NLP Gem. I get more practical with more practical processes and techniques, NLP processes and techniques on how to achieve goals, manage your state, overcome limiting beliefs, and a lot of other fun stuff. Thank you for watching. Remember, live your life with freedom, joy, and passion, and take action. Get out there and do the things that you really want to do and live your life. Take care.